Mr. Peabody and Sherman is a fantastic DreamWorks movie that unfortunately doesn't get as much recognition as some other animated films. So in this video, let's talk about the character of Mr. Peabody, who might just be the most intelligent dog in animation, and explore his fascinating backstory, his unique character, and the special relationship he shares with his adoptive son, Sherman. There's no question about it. Mr. Peabody is a genius. But what makes his story even more incredible is that he wasn't always this way. He started life as a stray dog with no family or home, and because of this, he had to survive on his own, which helped shape him into the resourceful and sharp-minded dog we see today. Even from a young age, he was different from other dogs. While most puppies were still learning how to fetch a ball or follow basic commands, he was teaching himself to read and write. His extraordinary intelligence made him stand out in ways that didn't always work in his favor. Despite his many talents, other families didn't understand him, and as a result, he faced rejection after rejection when it came to adoption.
I don't want this one, Mommy. He's sarcastic.
Wait! Come back! Throw the stick! I'll stay, I'll heal, I'll even shake hands! Bark!
Most people saw him as too odd or too advanced to be a regular pet. But instead of letting this discourage him, it only fueled his determination to excel in even more areas. As he grew, Mr. Peabody didn't just settle for being smart. He became an expert in practically everything. He dove into science, invented amazing gadgets, became a skilled diplomat, mastered athletics, explored culinary arts, and even got into music. He wasn't just a jack of all trades. He was a master in each field. His determination paid off in big ways. Despite all of his incredible achievements, there was still something missing in his life. He had a mix of pride from his success, but also a deep sense of loneliness. What he longed for was companionship, a family to call his own. That's when Sherman came into his life. Mr. Peabody found Sherman when he was just a baby, abandoned and left without a family. Without hesitation, he decided to adopt him. It wasn't an easy process for Mr. Peabody to legally adopt Sherman, though. After all, he was a dog, and Sherman was a human. On paper, it didn't seem like the most conventional family. But Mr. Peabody's intelligence, combined with his exceptional parenting skills, won over the judge, and he was legally allowed to adopt Sherman. This moment was a huge turning point in Mr. Peabody's life. He finally had the family he'd always wanted. There's no doubt that he was a fantastic parent. He didn't just provide for Sherman in the traditional sense. He used his vast knowledge and resources to help him grow. One of the most impressive things he did was teach Sherman about history and the world, using his intelligence to make learning exciting and engaging. In fact, he went above and beyond by creating a time machine, allowing Sherman to travel through history and have real hands-on learning experiences that went far beyond what regular school could offer. But he wasn't just about academics. He was incredibly supportive of Sherman in every area of life. He encouraged him to explore his own interests, to develop his own identity, and to become the best version of himself. Whether it was helping with schoolwork, attending school events, or just being there when Sherman needed advice, Mr. Peabody was always present and involved in his son's life. Perhaps most importantly, he taught Sherman valuable life lessons. He showed him the importance of responsibility, ethics, and making the right choices. These weren't just lessons in the classroom. They were lessons for life, lessons that helped Sherman grow into a thoughtful and caring individual. Unfortunately, their relationship wasn't without its challenges. Being a dog raising a human child, they faced quite a few obstacles. People didn't understand their unconventional family, and Mr. Peabody faced a lot of societal prejudice. He was a dog after all, and many couldn't wrap their heads around how that could work as a parent-child relationship.
In my opinion, a dog can never be a suitable parent to a little boy.
Sherman too had his own struggles. At school, he was frequently bullied for having a parent who was a dog, which made him feel isolated and different from the other kids. But the challenges didn't stop there. Mr. Peabody also faced legal threats, with people questioning whether a dog could really be a fit parent. On top of that, there were communication barriers between him and Sherman. Mr. Peabody had a hard time expressing his emotions and affection for Sherman. He had a tendency to keep things formal, and that created a bit of emotional distance between them. Sherman, being a young human, didn't always know how to read Mr. Peabody's gestures, and sometimes he felt like his father's love wasn't as clear as it could have been. But despite all these struggles, the difficulties they faced only made their bond stronger. As the movie progresses, we see how the two of them work through their issues, especially during their time travel adventures together. The challenges they encounter teach them important lessons about family, love, and understanding.
If being a dog means you're like Mr. Peabody, who never turns his back on you, and who's always there to pick you up when you fall, and loves you no matter how many times you mess up, if that's what it means to be a dog, then yeah, I'm a dog too!
Through it all, Mr. Peabody grows as a parent. While he starts off as a highly intelligent but somewhat overprotective father, he evolves into a more understanding and supportive figure. He learns how to communicate better with Sherman, how to express his love in ways that are more obvious, and how to trust that his son can handle the world, even when it's tough. The culmination of Mr. Peabody's arc is a beautiful celebration of non-traditional families. The movie shows that family isn't defined by what society expects. It's about the love and connection shared between a parent and child, no matter who they are or what they look like.